It is West Ham versus Newcastle United. Who is going to win? Newcastle need the win to keep themselves in the competition for the Champions League. Will they do it? Let's find out tonight on Toon Tactics TV, folks.
Oh, brilliant from Sham. And now Murphy could take on the shot. Fabian Sham
All right, all right. Oh, why is the sound still going in my ears? Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are well. Oh, my live is still on my YouTube. Let me make sure I take it off. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. How are you guys doing? I have missed you and I hope you guys are well. You're having a great and fantastic evening. Hey, we are here, we are here, we are here. Newcastle United, well, West Ham, excuse me, they are the home team. West Ham versus Newcastle United. It's here, like I said, this is incredibly, these, like I said, the next three games, well, we lost obviously against Brighton. I would have said before, the next three games were are going to tell us where we are in terms of the season or that we're trying to achieve. We got knocked out of the FA Cup. I hate to start on a downer, but that's where we are. The next game after that was always going to be this one, where it is to keep ourselves, it's to keep Newcastle in the conversation. If Newcastle win against West Ham, we keep ourselves in that Champions League conversation. And obviously after that, it's the big one. Well, all of them are big, is the point. Next one is obviously the League Cup final. So will Newcastle prevail? Let's talk about it. We've got the next 22 minutes before the game starts. I'm going to have my timer on as well. So I'm going to put, when the game starts, obviously, I'm going to put the timer on so you guys will know at what minutes I'm watching the game. So please, you guys have been incredible anyway. But I just need to say anyway, no spoilers or anything like that if you guys are a little bit ahead of us. So just make sure that, so we can all enjoy the game together. But we've already got people in. Aaron Cave, how are you doing, sir? How are you doing? I hope you've had a great week. Good evening, Philip. A very crucial game to our season. Need nothing less than 3 points today. And you know what? I could not agree with you any more than that. I haven't been watching the league tables too much, and I know that we're somewhere like down at 8th or 9th, and people are obviously a little bit panicky or whatever. But I don't look. I don't have the habit of looking at other teams to say whether. Oh, I hope these guys lose. I hope these guys draw. I understand the habit of doing that, but I feel like it less, I stress less. It's all about us. It's all about Newcastle United bringing that performance. That if you remember that 9-game winning streak that Newcastle had was, for me, due to three factors: the tactical change of Tonali going into the number 6. The intensity that Tonali going back into the 6, our big players playing performances going up all at the same time. Isak, Gordon, Bruno, I forgot the fourth guy, and others doing really, really well, but also our intensity, that gave confidence and intensity in our play. I'm hoping that tonight will be the night when this is, we're going to see that again. So let's bring it, especially before the League Cup final. Because after the League Cup final, I think it's international. So it'll be incredible if we can get this on a high. So yes, 3 points is basically what we need. 3 points. And I hope to get the lineups up as well before they start the game as well. So, but I've got Caitlin and Nick here. Need a win today. Not as confident with Pope in goal, but need to be positive. And you know what? That's exactly it. And this is why I love the folks on this channel so much. We need to be positive. We know the frailties. We know in our side. We know that we don't have. We've got injuries. We've got people out. We've got all of these things. Our goalkeepers aren't necessarily perfect. All these other things, but we have to be positive. We have to put ourselves, and the same thing for the players as well. We have to be positive. We have to take it on. These moments come when they come. In terms of whether we get to the Champions Leagues, League Cup finals, you're not always going to be at a 100% best. And that's in any sports. There's always sport people to tell you that they've come into championship rounds. If you're a boxer with, maybe your wrist isn't working great, but you're in it. You're in it now. You are in it now, so you have to fight. And it's the same thing for Newcastle United. We're in it now. There's no going back, and we don't want to go back. Let's be positive. Let's be confident, and let's get that result. So I love that attitude, Caitlin and Nick. I love that attitude. Aaron Kane, I think Pope's starting today. Yeah, confirms he starts in the final and games beyond. Very, very likely. Yes, I don't agree with the decision, but I have to back the lad. You know what? And that's what it comes down to. We have to, whoever's out on the field, we have to back them. And I think the main reason, now that we are actually talking about the starting lineup, you guys did an excellent segue for me there. Let me put on Sofa Score. So we have it. Let me make sure you guys can see. I probably have to zoom in a little bit. Let me see how we go. Let me see how we go. There's a couple of things. I'm so excited about the stuff I'm going to be talking about with you guys soon in our other shows as well, because obviously we've also had the financials out. So, I've been doing my own kind of my own armchair accounting and thinking about what players are going to buy or not. So I'm really looking forward to kind of present it to you guys and getting your thoughts on it as well. But the game is today. Starting lineup. Right, so can you guys see that? Let me make sure. Yeah, that's good. All right, so let's talk about it. We know we've got injuries, we've got suspensions. All of these things we could have predicted. If you guys seen from obviously former previous shows where we talked about the lack of rotation our team has. If we compared it to Liverpool and Bayern Leverkusen, as we did in the previous shows, because we wanted to find out what makes an elite team. Essentially, an elite team, in my view, someone that competes on all four fronts, in all four competitions at a very, very high level. And that takes having a squad with rotation. Newcastle didn't have that. We were highly dependent on at least 9 players to be fit, to be playing at all times. And the result of that being, as we could have predicted, has been injuries and has been suspensions. Obviously, the 3-game suspension to Mr. Anthony Gordon, Mr. Hall is out for the season, and Mr. Sven Botman's out for the season, I think, as well. Despite that, I was going to actually talk about our bench. I'm going to start talking about our bench a little bit, because I'm thinking, who's on our bench? Lewis Smiley's on the bench. Callum Wilson's on the bench. William Osola is on the bench. Sean Neve from the academies there. And I'm going to be doing a show to let you guys know. Tomorrow, I'm going to be doing a show on our academy, but it's not going to be me. I'm going to be doing a show together with Magpie Media. Yes, Magpie Media. We're going to be doing a show. Is coming as a guest to give us his take, his expertise on the Newcastle United Academy. From those of you that are on X or on social media, you will know Magpie Media, and you will know that he loves the academy. He's the one that's always keeping us up to date with all things going on with our academy, the under 18s, the under 21s, the 23s. All these guys, he's always keeping us up to date, and I'm especially keen, because our academy, it is my firm belief that it's going to be Newcastle United's academy that's going to help us push into that elite squad. So it's good to see Sean Neve there with the guys I mentioned, Sean Longstaff. So in terms of the attack, Joe Willock, if we need to bring Joe Willock, Callum Wilson will probably be the guys that we bring on for our attack. Sean Longstaff, Lewis Smiley for the midfield, and obviously William Osola as well for the attack. So it's really, really good. So it's Emil Kraft and Matt Target, Dubravka. That's the best we are going to get at this moment in time, and I am okay with that. Our starting lineup, obviously, we talked about Pope. I do think how favors Pope because of his. He's a better sweeper keeper. He's better coming off his line than Dubravka. Dubravka has a little bit too much hesitancy, a little bit too much doubt. And he needs a goalkeeper that comes off his line. We know the frailties from Mr. Pope. We know that he's no Edison when it comes to being on the ball. But for what we need tonight, I think and it's not just Mr. Pope. I'm going to talk about other players as well. The fact that Mr. Howe has chosen Pope, I think, lets me know who really is his number one goalkeeper in my point of view. And like you said, Aaron, I do think Pope will be playing in the League Cup final as well. And you've got Aaron, got a message from Aaron as well. Can we have a prayer circle? No more injuries or suspensions before Sunday. I can't deal with it anymore. After the previous week we had, absolutely, we'll be praying that the team stays. And it's like all the lines, everything has converged up to this point. We've been with everything that's happening with the financial, and obviously it does come to the financial aspect. The PSR, we took a huge risk for the last 3 transfer windows, as I always have to remind rivals who don't know anything about Newcastle United, excuse me guys, but you don't, is Newcastle United have not bought a first team player for 3 transfer windows. That's 18 months. And it's obviously got us to the point where now we're in a much better financial setting. However, we have taken the risk on this season. And so far, Mr. Eddie Howe and the boys have got us to a position where in a League Cup final, we're fighting for Champions League. Unfortunately, we're out of the FA Cup. And I would have loved to have been able to add that third part and say we're still in the FA Cup. And we were a couple offside goals away from doing that. But we are where we are. And it's literally now the next 11, well, okay, counting today, how many games do we have left in the Premier League? Is it 11 or 12? I think I want to say 12. So West Ham and then Brentford, and after that we have 10 games. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. Let me know. So it's basically we've got the next 12, 13 games that will determine where Newcastle are at. Can we win the League Cup final? Can we get into the Champions League? If we can, after we've reset our financial situation and everything else like that, it puts Newcastle into such an incredible position going into the summer, bringing in players and getting ready for that next season. Hopefully in Europe, hopefully we'll have an upgraded squad and we're ready to take it on. So yes, absolutely. And that's what's happened. We've got a couple more. Yeah, got a couple comments here before I go back to the squad. We're going to start in about 12 minutes as well, which is fantastic. And I'll put this the timer on. Caitlin and Nick, should we pray for Pope suspension so Dubs can play for the final? Oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that to Pope. We've got some people that love the Bravka, man, and look. The guys, he's been excellent for us. It's tight. I'm hoping, I know people got their views on James Trafford. I think he's a bit of both. I didn't know this until I found today, but James Trafford actually used to play in midfield for Carlisle, hence why he's so good with his feet. And he's excellent shot stopper. And that's the kind of player, game changer, I'm hoping. Ceiling raiser, I'm hoping for that we're having this season. But yes, absolutely. Unaya, I hope I've pronounced your name right, sir. It's the first time first time I've seen you on this channel. Great to have you, and God bless. Unaya, looks like this is the starting 11 for the cup final. Deep sigh. Well, let me know that. Who would you have preferred? Like a lot of folks here would have preferred to have the Bravka rather than Pope. Who would you have instead? Let me know. But starting lineup. The other thing I wanted to mention, and this maybe kind of leads me on to the shows I'm planning to do, is the fact that Livramento is playing left back instead of Matt Target speaks volumes about Matt Target. Right? I did have a show when I felt that maybe Newcastle will keep Matt Target. I no longer think that Newcastle are going to keep Matt Target. And the fact that when it's crunch time, it's Kieran Trippier on the right and Livramento on the left lets me know all I need to know of what Mr. Howe and probably Mr. Mitchell think about Mr. Matt Target. Some might say that's not difficult, that's as easy as 2+2, but you just never know with the financials and everything else. And I think the financials will cause us to have to sell players as well to get to where we got to. And I'm speaking a little bit ahead of, but I'm looking forward to. But Matt Target's on the bench. Livramento's on the left. He did a decent job, I felt. Okay job. No, he did a decent job against Brighton. I can't remember who else he played. Did he play at left back before a game before that? I can't remember, but I remember thinking he's doing okay. So we've got obviously we've got the stalwarts and Dan Burn and Shaw as centre backs, but at least we've got our number one midfield back together. Joe Linton, Tonali, and Mr. Bruno Gomes. And look, Joe Linton has been a little bit, he was a little bit match rusty against Brighton. Hopefully that game has put some, has taken off some of the rustiness from him and he'll be ready for this game. But at least, and we've got to count our blessings amidst suspensions and injuries and everything else, at least our first choice midfield are back together. And I am expecting Mr. Bruno Guimaraes to step it up as well. We need his intensity, his creativity, his dual winning ability, his resistance play, his ability to take the ball up the field, to win fouls, and he's just pure skullduggery to come back with intensity into this game if we're going to win it. And obviously, Mr. Tonali, we need the El Capitan, the former vice captain of the Rossoneri, the captain of the Italiano team, the future possibly captain of the Magpies themselves. We need Mr. Tonali to rise today, and we need him to rise in tow with Mr. Joe Linton to bring the bite into that midfield and to win the physical duels, because make no bones about it, my firm belief is that it's going to be a midfield battle. The team that wins the midfield battle will win this game. And if I'm talking about one-on-one matchups between Ward, Alvarez, and Tonali and Joe Linton, it's Tonali and Joe Linton every day of the week. My hope is also, obviously, Bruno will be either playing against Thomas Souček as well. He looks like he's a number 10 role in this. It's not going to end up being a number 10 role. We know these forms. This is not how they're going to be playing. This is not how the teams are going to be playing at all for West Ham. And I haven't even got to talk about West Ham. I usually like to talk about opposition before I start. But at least we've got our number one midfield back. And we've got, obviously, our at least two of our front forwards back in terms of Murphy and Isak and Mr. Barnes. And again, speaking of changes, this 2 games, we're going to talk about this one, but the next 2 games, because I think Barnes will play in the League Cup final, but we're going to talk about this game. This is, for me, Harvey Barnes' trial period. I do think we might seek to sell him this summer window because we're going to need the money, but this game is a real tester. We haven't. Can the real Harvey Barnes please stand up? We've been waiting for you to rise. We know what you can do when you get the ball and you cut back and you know we can put it top bins. We haven't seen it in ages. We haven't seen you come alive, Mr. Barnes. You're in that left wing forward position, your favorite position. Can you arise in this game? This is what I'm looking for. We need you to rise in this game. We know what Isak can do. We know what the other guys can do. We need you to rise in this game. Let me know if you guys think he will rise. Steve Harper, Caitlin Glick, Steve Harper. Oh yeah, he started his career as a striker. I can't remember how good he was on the ball though. But back in those days, we didn't really need keepers that were going to do that though, isn't it? Aaron Kane, Matt Target gives us more balance, but Tino is just a level. And that's the problem, isn't it? That's the thing. That's exactly it. Matt Target gives us the balance that we need, but is it well, Tino's a level above, but also I feel like Matt Target's a level below. Like, do you know what I mean? Like he's gone back. He's gone backwards in his progression, in the development, even though he's in his years and his age, he should be at his peak, you know. Which is absolutely disappointing. But there we are. So I'm going to quickly talk about West Ham's team before I put the timer on, because the game is getting ready to run. I see a few comments. They got Bowen up front. We all know about him. Kudos. They're going to be the danger men, the guys on the ball. They are their ceiling raiders. They're game changers. They're on it. Keeping them quiet is going to be important. Wan-Bissaka has become the regen version of Maicon nowadays. And he is like just bombing forward. Potter's giving him a lot of license to run forward. Livramento has to win this battle. And Joe Linton is going to be there to help him. is going to be absolutely vital. I think the game's going to be slightly tilted in the sense of West Ham are going to really press up front via that right side with Mr. Wan-Bissaka pushing up, allowing Kudus, Souček, Bowen to kind of close up and kind of try to overload our lines. On the other, and it will force Joe Linton and Livramento to also come back and defend, so that it's not overrun. So Kudus and Wan-Bissaka don't overrun Livramento. And on the other side, it's the Kieran Trippier is going to be pushing up to the halfway line and beyond to allow Murphy, Isak, and Barnes to tuck in on the other side and to try and create those overloads. If hopefully it's a back three. If it's a back three for West Ham, it'll be hopefully create those overloads as well. And you'll have the key battles, obviously, of Bruno and Tonali in the midfield against Alvarez and Ward-Prowse as well, and Joe Linton to be joining in. So let me put the timer on as well, because the game's about to start. No, not this. That is Sofa Score. So let's remove that. So guys, let's do it. Let's do it. Who's believing we're gonna get a win? Who is believing for us to get a win? I am. I back Newcastle to get us a. It's going to be a tough game, isn't it, lads? Come on, boys. 3-1 to the Toon. 3-1 to the Toon. Come on, share my timer. Where am I? The players have come out. I don't know if what you guys. Let me put it on my timer. Can you guys see that? Yes, you can. You can see that. So as soon as that happens, so let me read your comments before we start. Aaron Kane, Kudus is going to be a good litmus test for Tino at 100%. Obviously, Salah is different class, but going to be a good test. Him for before Sunday. Absolutely. That is a key midfield battle. Midfield battle. That's a key battle for us to look out for. Absolutely. Agree with you, Aaron. Onaya. I'd have Big Joe and Willock on the left interchanging, and I was very tempted to do that. That's why Mr. Howe putting Barnes up there is like him saying Howe saying, oh, nearly ran out of battery there. That was close. Forgot to put the switch on. That's like Howe saying, I'm giving you a chance, Barnes. Don't let me down. Don't let me down. If that doesn't work, then you bring on Barnes. Pope and Dubravka is the biggest call. Yes, it is. Oh, no, it's a 2-2 final score. Oh, we can't. Guys, send in your... But thank you for sending your scoreline. You're being honest. You're seeing it. You're seeing it how you see it. I'm believing Newcastle win the game 3-1. I hope we win the game 3-1. Come on, boys. Bring back the intensity. I've got to start really, really soon. Less than a minute. As soon as you guys can see my timer. Yeah, you can't see my timer. So please do be aware. Some of you might be a little bit ahead. Some of you might be a little bit back. But especially for the folks that are a little bit ahead, please, no spoiler alerts. My timer will I'm just working according to our timer. And do you guys remind me to change the score lines? I always forget to change the score lines. So I wouldn't mind you guys reminding me. Come on, boys. Bring it home, bring it home, bring it home. Then we're getting ready to start, Come on. Come on. This 47 points will put us back in 6th. With a point, 2 points behind 4 for 3rd. Come on. We need this. And look, just for the momentum as well, for the momentum going into the League Cup final, this is it. This is where we are. This is where we're at. Exactly. Come on. We're about to get started. Come on, boys. Eddie Howe's there watching the touchline. Potter, good tactician Potter is. And a good appointment for West Ham, I believe. I think he's going to take them places. All right, let's get ready. All right, here we go. We've got to start now. With West Ham kickoff, long ball, Livramento wins it back. Livramento gets it up the field. Isak chases. Oh, Isak takes the ball. He runs with it. He pushes into the opposition half. Great. Holds it up. Passes. Oh, good tracking back from Wan-Bissaka there. Gets past Isak. Is putting up taking up the field. Then passes it back to, I think it's Kilman. Kilman left to, I forgot that gentleman's name. He hits it long onto Kudos. He's gone on the side of Shaw. He's isolated Shaw. They're in the box. They haven't cleared it. Oh, they hit it over the bar. Souček hits it over the bar. We have got away with one there. We have absolutely got away with one there. And you can already see what West Ham's plan is to get your Kudoses and your Bowens and others either on the flanks and isolate our defenders. Forget trying to play through our midfield. They're not going to do that. They're going to hit vertical balls either on the left, on their left flank towards where Kieran Trippier is, because Kieran Trippier is going to be going up. They're going to be hitting against Shaw, getting him in a 1-to-1. Newcastle must address this. Long ball again from Newcastle. We've got the ball back. Trippier on the ball onto Shaw. Shaw to Tonali. Kieran Trippier back to Tonali. Tonali takes the ball, tries to carry outfield. Is closed down. Newcastle keep the ball though. Trippier, this time to Bruno Gomes. Bruno Gomes takes up into the midfield. Onto Livramento. Livramento does a take on. I think he should go to the touchline there, but fine. He puts it back to Bruno. Bruno to Harvey Barnes. Back to Tino. Back to Barnes. Barnes gets it back to Burn. Burn recycles it back to Shaw. Shaw back to Kieran Trippier. West Ham are kind of setting up in a low block from what I can see. Oh, lovely ball there from Murphy onto Joe Linton. Joe Linton on the right side of the pitch. Ball in. That wasn't good from Kieran Trippier from Tonali, to I think it was Bruno into the box, but the idea was a good idea. So Newcastle, it's 0-0. At this moment, Newcastle are quite very lucky to be 0-0. Souček hitting the ball over the bar there. Everybody knows. Okay, so West Ham play it from out the back. Wan-Bissaka, we closed them down very early. But West Ham managed to play out. Kudos on the ball. We get onto it. Kieran Trippier. Is that Kieran Trippier? Wins it very, very well. Great tackle from Kilman, I believe. Unlucky Kieran Trippier. But you can see both teams are going to try and catch each other out in possession. West Ham get the ball there. Back to Debo. To Debo. Back to the keeper. I forget everybody's name now. He hits it long. West Ham win it. Then we get it back. Good play. Good play there. Back to Mr. Pope. Pope onto Burn. Aaron, I really have concerns defensively once the press is bypassed. I agree. And they seem to be varying their playing West Ham. Either they pass it through, try to pass it through, or especially just they hit it vertically. Try to isolate their Shaw and Burn with your Kudoses and Bowens, and that's going to be the big thing there. Newcastle win it in midfield, but then it's the ball comes loose to Bissaka. Bissaka's on that right. Joe Linton wins it back. I thought he won it back. He gave a free kick for that. Okay, I need to see a replay on that one. I thought he won it fairly there, but fine. West Ham back on the ball with Kilman. Kilman to Souček. Souček to, I forgot the number 12's name. You guys have to help me. Kudos on the ball on the left side there. Back to Debo. To Debo. I don't remember Newcastle being linked to Debo before. Now it's Bowen on that right-hand side. He hits it in the ball early. Just about cut out. And Newcastle and West Ham are very... I've started really well here, and you can see they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of their players. Is that doing exactly what we said they'll do? Overloading our back line, and they're just hitting the ball early from the wings. They're not scared to just drive into the flanks and hit the ball early. Newcastle have to defend the set piece. Oh, it's not a set piece. A goal kick. Oh, we're lucky then. Joe Linton, number 11, Barnes wins the ball there. On to Murphy. Murphy onto Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier tries to get it to Barnes, but is tackled. Again, West Ham hit it long. Livramento this time wins the ball. So Bowen is matched up against Livramento. Well, Kudos and Bowen on that side now. You can see they're trying to overload him. Tonali's there. He's going for a free kick. It's not a free kick, a throw-on. You can see there's a very defined plan of what West Ham are doing. Whether it's Kudos on Bowen on what's his name, on Livramento, or Kudos will be switching play on the other side and trying to overload on the other side. Newcastle have to deal with it. And I think it's on Livramento, on Tonali, and on Joe Linton to be there for their fullbacks and support them. It's not going to be easy because they have to support the midfield as well, but it has to be done. West Ham at the back, again, hitting it long from out the back. They're trying to isolate. They won well there by their striker. How did they just win it on this chest like that? Newcastle backpedaling. West Ham in the box. We managed to clear it into the box again. Burns wins it. This is West Ham have started really well. We managed to clear the lines again via Shaw. Isak isn't getting himself on the ball as much. Not since that first minute, like flurry into the goal. Bowen onto that right side. This time Joe Linton is there with Livramento. Bissaka tries to make an inward run. It manages to be a distraction. Back to Bissaka. Bissaka up against Livramento here. They want to get that ball. Joe Linton wins it. Now it's Bruno. Now it's Isak trying to do a quick break, but West Ham defense done really, really well in pressing up and closing the gap on Mr. Isak. Bobby Fairview, hello sir, big up Philip, welcome back. Thank you sir, thank you so much. Missed you in here, bro. It's been a catastrophic for Eddie Howler recently. Good to see you, sir. I hope you've had a great week. I hope you've been blessed. Burn taking it out of the midfield. Back to Burn. I think hits it long. Bissaka wins the header, but it goes for a throw-on. Barnes picks up the ball, looks for a throw-in. Hopefully, I see Livramento onto Joe Linton. Tonali picks up in the midfield, comes back across to Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier onto Murphy on the right-hand side. Murphy looks up, tries to drive the ball into the centre, gets the ball off to Tonali. Tonali onto Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier onto Murphy. Murphy tries to cross it in, and is it gone for a corner? Or is it a goal kick? If it's a goal kick, it's a woeful cross. Binoy Dash, good to see you, sir. Hope you are well. Welcome back, sir. Time for some big move. Exactly. That's what I'm hoping for. But at the moment, West Ham do have the upper hand. I think they're playing better than Newcastle at the moment, especially from an offensive point of view. They've got a real way of the way they're defending as well to stop Newcastle from breaking early. And look, goal kick. They're going directly into Newcastle's box. They're not kicking out from the back this time. So lots of variation in their play. Bruno wins the ball. Back to Shaw. Shaw clears it. Tries to get onto Isak, but Isak is tackled. West Ham win it back. Newcastle's midfield again bypassed there. But thankfully, Kudus isn't able to snatch it. Barnes gets it onto Murphy. Newcastle able to break a little bit there. Isak gets onto the ball. Can he get into the box? Gets it back to Murphy. He tries a smart ball there into the box rather than hitting it across. And this is something that Lewis Hall said against when Newcastle played Liverpool. Whenever he got to the box and he looked up, there wasn't enough players there. And I think why Newcastle aren't just swinging it into the box, there aren't enough players there. There aren't enough players in the box. And our number 8s have to get into the box. Otherwise, it's just futile what we're doing at the moment. But the ball is still in West Ham's half. Aaron Kempf, we need to calm down and play our game. Everything is rushed. I don't disagree with you at all. So hopefully they're not thinking too much about the pressure, the stakes. We should be, come on, play the game, play West Ham. Where this is another game of football, boys. Burn gets it off to Joe Linton. Joe Linton onto Bruno. Bruno back to Burn. Burn across to Shaw. Shaw looks up, assesses his option, back to Burn again. West Ham are doing well to pass, to cut out, especially Kudos and Bowen doing really well to cut out the passing channels for Burn, and especially for Mr. Shaw. They are playing really well, West Ham's forwards there. But Newcastle have the ball to Livramento at the halfway line, gets off to Tonali, tries to get it back to, still, Bowen nearly got the ball of him, but Livramento gets it back, gets it to Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier looks up. Can he see anything on for him? He's assessing his options. He tries to hit it long onto Murphy, and nothing happens of it. You're right, Aaron. That's another example of it being rushed. That's another example of it being rushed. So it looks like, again, we're in the usual 4-4-2 without the ball. Tonali pressing up really high against Souček as well in that midfield. Barnes goes up against Todibo. Todibo plays it out. We managed to win it back. Better. That's the first time in a while that we've won the ball up high. It took us 11 minutes. But better. Much, much better. Let's try and keep it up there. But I have no doubt that Newcastle, West Ham will try to hit it long. What happened there? Is it a throw into West Ham? Yet still West Ham throw in their half. I think they're going to try and clear it. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Are they going to try and clear it or play it out? They're trying to play it out, but Newcastle just didn't manage to close them out. Onto, I think it's their new boy, Orles. I couldn't pronounce his name, guys. You have to help me. Orles. They're playing it out via Orles. He's on the ball there. Gets it onto Kudos, who has dropped into the midfield, adding a little bit of numbers to West Ham. Back to Todibo. Back to Wan-Bissaka. And now we've got a lot more players, a lot more midfield. It feels like we've got a lot more players in that midfield, closing them down, making sure West Ham can't get that ball in that midfield. Looks like our Joe Linton is enjoying himself now. And maybe that's a little bit too far. I guess it gives away a free kick. But he gets himself into that centre of that midfield to add a little bit more bodies, because West Ham were having a little bit too much time in that midfield. Long ball. Tried to get it onto Kudos. Good defending there. Header from Burn back to Pope. Good work there. Newcastle are starting to get a grips in the game. But more is needed. More is needed, especially in the next 5 minutes. It'd be good to see us carve out a good chance. I think that would help us with momentum. Burn hits it long onto Isak. Can Isak win it? No, he doesn't. But Murphy does. He picks up the second ball there. Doesn't do enough to get it over to Barnes. We need a little bit more quality there, Murphy. Okay, back to Wan-Bissaka. He hits it down the channels onto Bowen. Bowen collects it. Burn chases. Kudos gets it off Bowen. Kudos again picks up the ball from the central area. I thought he was far more dangerous on the flanks. I prefer him in the central areas where he's not as dangerous, especially in the 1v1 situations. They've passed it back to Kilman. Kilman back to the goalkeeper. I want to say it's Alvarez. I keep on forgetting his name. He hits it long, but we win it back. Back to Harvey Barnes. Can we do something with it, Barnes? Onto Isak. Isak on his right foot. Can we carve out a chance here? Can we get a shot off? Back to Tonali. Tonali back to Barnes again. Barnes tries to get it, but it's blocked off. Now it's Tino Livramento on that left side. Can we get the ball into the box? We've got about 3 players there. I can see the hesitancy. There's not enough players there. West Ham are back in force. Livramento collects it. Murphy onto Livramento, tries to play a 1-2. It's not enough. Fine. We recycle the ball. West Ham are doing well. They're defending the numbers here. And they're not coming out too much. They're giving us time on the ball. They don't care if we have the time on the ball. They're just looking to hit us on the break. Livramento on that left side gets it off to Joe Linton. Oh, couldn't get it off there. It's closed down really well by... I can't see. It was their number 3. Can't see his name. Right. Interesting. So are they going to Goalkeeper throws it out long onto Kudos, and this is the parts where I don't want to see Kudos. Yeah, Shaw gives away a free kick there. I don't think he necessarily had to. Just stay close to him. There was enough players around him. It's those little things there that you just, when you're, that loses your momentum, and that didn't need to happen. That didn't need to happen, in my opinion. So free kick to West Ham. Let's see what they try to do. How many players they got now in our box? 4, 5, 6, 7 players up in our midfield. Oliver, Simon, Jordan, good to see you. Hope you are well. And hope you're having a blessed week. Ward Prowse on the free kick ball. Yeah, hits it directly into the center. Well, it doesn't get it into the centre circle. We've won it back, and Livermore get his foot on it. He can. Gets the pass off to Joe Linton. Joe Linton gets it on Tonali. Well played, guys. Well played there. Well done. Onto Shaw. Shaw onto Kieran Trippier. Moves the ball with urgency. Looking for a pass. Gets it to Bruno. Bruno back to Kieran Trippier. Trippier back to Murphy. Murphy goes back to Shaw there. Shaw's looking for an options there. Can't see it. Back to Burn. Burn onto Livramento. Livramento looks up, gets it off to Tonali. Tonali onto Shaw. Move it a little bit quicker, boys. Come on. Shaw tries to hit it to Isak, but it's cut out. Fine. Shaw back to Pope. West Ham aren't in a rush to close down Pope. They're trying to maintain a mid-block type of situation. Bruno picks up in the centre midfield onto Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier onto Murphy. Murphy onto Bruno. We're hitting to that circle. West Ham are getting back in numbers. Newcastle need to... And they've got it back in numbers here. Livramento gets the ball. Livramento still on the ball. Gets onto Bruno. They're not going to get it. They're not going to pass it to the box. Another opportunity to pass it in the box. And people... Why they're not passing it? Oh, onto Barnes. Unlucky. I had a needle stuff there from Bruno. At least we got a shot off after 17 minutes there. It is proven difficult to get into West Ham's box because they've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players back. Bobby Fairview, I didn't realize he did analysis on the Newcastle financials too, which we had accounting creators like you at Chelsea. Armchair analysis, I'm not no accountant, anything, just a fan who watches other experts like Kieran Maguire, who uses AI and all that stuff. So I do my best, but nothing like I always say, talk to the professional. I just do my best and see where I'm at with the people who actually know what they're doing. Isak on the ball, picks up in the midfield, drives with it. Might need to see him do that a little bit more. Onto Bruno. Bruno looks it up, gets it onto... the ball's cut out there by West Ham. They're trying to play out the back, doing well so far and doing that as well. But it looks like we've got some... We're trying to close them down there. Has he maintained the ball or is it a throw-on? Yeah, throw-on onto Newcastle there. It's proven difficult to break down West Ham at the moment. Newcastle getting a little bit more of the ball. It's going to be interesting here. Shaw's picks up the ball. Is he going to hit it long? We're going to try and pass it back onto Burn again. It's Tino Livramento looks up. Who's up behind? I wonder where Barnes... Because it's difficult to say, okay, Joe Linton's there. Excellent. Gets the ball up. Picks the ball up. Travels with it. Gets it onto Isak. Isak in the penalty box. Can Isak do anything with it? Isak back to Livramento. Livramento to Joe Linton. Bruno to Livramento. Get it in the box. Over everybody. Kieran Trippier. Can he shoot? Shoot. Oh, unlucky. Great save. Better. Come on. Another Newcastle keep the ball into that box. Nali. Onto Kieran Trippier. Trippier onto Harvey Barnes, who seems to be a little bit everywhere. He is doing his best to try and make himself known. Fair play to him. Bruno onto Trippier. Bruno collects it into the centre circle. Is that a free kick there? Holds it up. It's now Isak. Can Bruno get it? We've tried to score the perfect game there. There's appeals for a penalty, but it's not quite happening. But fair play, Newcastle. Doing a lot better now. We could have... So they've got a replay there. Bruno picks it up, tries to get it through. He was looking for it there, Bruno. I wish I could be there on his side and say that should have been a penalty, but that is not the case. 20 minutes gone, it's 0-0. Newcastle, at least possession-wise, seem to have a lot more control and are beginning to get chances on the ball there. Kieran Trippier picks up the ball, gets up to the other into West Ham's half, that's when they begin to press. So it is a bit of a mid-block there. Burn. Back to Pope. Back to onto Shaw. Not to back to Shaw. Onto Shaw. Shaw hits it long down the right channel. Can't get it onto Murphy. It's cut out pretty easily there by the West Ham defenders. Oh, bit of a clash there. Is there a free kick? No. Plays on. Kudos picks up the ball. Gets it onto Souček. Souček looks up. Don't think you can see anyone there. Back to Kilman. Kilman back to Alvaro. Alvaro looks up. Long balls it to nobody there. Burn picks up. Nice cushion head on to Tino Livramento. Back to Joe Linton. Joe Linton picks it up. Joe Linton onto Bruno. Bruno gets it off to Trippier. I think Bruno should have got a free kick there. Was unlucky. So showing the replay of the Trippier shot. Oh, Barnes. That was an excellent stop by Alvaro. So because Kieran Trippier shot and then Barnes tried to direct it. Alvaro reacted really well to it. Aaron Kane, if Isak is marked out the game, needs to find a way of getting him running out of their back line. I agree. And he was doing that really well against Arsenal. He's got to find a way, at least to even move the centre backs, which I'm sure he's trying to do. It's difficult because where the camera angle is, I can't see all the time. When the ball's in our half, I can't see. Say Shah's got the ball and he's looking up. Is that making the runs? What's he doing? I can't see. So that part of the game is difficult for me to assess. Wan-Bissaka drives into the right side of the pitch. Livramento's there. Needs to do something about it. Lovely. Very well done. Bissaka's on his floor. There's a gap now. Joe Linton's asking for it. Make a choice, Tino. Make a choice, Tino. He gives it away. Onto Bowen. Bowen onto Burn. Burn, close him down. Burn. That was very lucky from us. That was so lucky. We had a chance to break on better decision making there from Tino. That could have cost us a goal, but we are where we are. Burn. Onto Tonali to Livramento. And that's when you don't have a left-footed left back. Because obviously Tino's inclination is to go invert into the midfield and get the ball onto his right foot. Isak picks up the ball in West Ham's half, gets onto Murphy. Murphy back to Trippier. Trippier looks up, can't see nothing on again. West Ham are defending in numbers here. Clearly, that's a strategy for this part of the game. They've done they're pushing in the first 10, 15 minutes. Now they're kind of relaxing a little bit. Tonali breaks through onto Livramento. Livramento gets a corner. He's is it me or I don't know how good Tino's left boot is, but at least unlike Mr. Almiron, he's not afraid to use his weaker foot. I'm going to give that to Tino. And fair play, Tino. You don't have a left foot, and you still tried it. I can see the problem there, the lack of quality that we're going to get if we're going to try and get a cross first time on that left side. It's going to be very, very. It's proven to be a little bit difficult, but we need Tino to pick up some quality. Kieran Trippier on the corner. High into the box, back into the box. Oh, great save. Great save. I think it was Burn back onto, it looked like Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes again, second shot into the game. Doing better, Harvey Barnes. He is turning it on in this game. Harvey Barnes, great stop from Alvaro. Really good stop. Lovely. Newcastle turning the screw. It'd be really good for Newcastle to capitalize on this moment and get a goal, because it will force West Ham to come out again. It would be really, really good for Newcastle to get that goal. Kieran Trippier onto Livramento. Throw one onto Murphy. Murphy back to Kieran. Kieran to Shaw. Shaw looks, oh no, to Tonali, excuse me. Tonali in the box. Oh, unlucky there. Shaw tried to hits it for first time. Fair play. Shaw to Isak. Isak. Ah, unlucky. Joe Linton wins it back. Does well. Oof, he's just bundling through. Joe Linton looks like his former best. Shaw in the box. Shaw. Ah, unlucky. Unlucky. Better. We need to capitalize on this. We need to capitalize on this. 25 minutes gone, 47 seconds, 48 seconds gone. And Newcastle, the momentum is with Newcastle at the moment. We have to take advantage. 4-4-2 out of possession. Alvaro looking to hit it long. They've stopped playing out the back. Shaw wins it up high. Better. Oh, no, he doesn't win it back. Kudos wins it back. It's good to see Shaw pressing a little bit more intelligently. Back to Todibo. Todibo, should he pass it back? He does pass it back eventually to Alvaro, who hits it long again. Alvaro's distribution with his feet isn't the greatest. Who wins the free kick this time? It has to be Joe Linton. I'm like, I don't think I've seen Joe Linton win free kicks that many times. Good to see Joe Linton win the free kick. Touches on the ball. Tino's got the most so far, then Trippier, then Burn, then Shard, and Ward-Prowse. So Newcastle's possession dominance is clear to see. And a lot of our attacking play, obviously, both on the left and right, with Tino and Kieran Trippier. So free kick just about in West Ham's half. Trippier hits it long into West Ham box. Can we win it the first header? Can we win the second? Nope, it's cleared. Back to Tino. Tino back to Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier. Back to Pope. Pope to Tino. Tino hesitates again. And then Pope just slices it up high. And there's a little bit of a problem there with Tino and his left boot. Whenever he needs to get on that left boot and just hit it long, he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to do it. And Newcastle could be getting even more joy if Tino just backs himself a little bit and just does what he can with it. All right, so Todibo's there. Todibo's gathering the ball, passes it back to Alvaro, who again is suffering as well. With his shoot, both goalkeepers aren't the greatest when it comes to booting the ball out. Both goalkeepers are, thankfully. West Ham give me the impression that they're running out of steam a little bit here. Ball with Burn onto Shaw. Shaw looks up. What's the play? Shaw to Tino again. Come on, Tino. If the ball is on with your left boot, use your left boot. He gets it on his right. Isak there. Tackled by Kilman. Unlucky. And you can see Tino's hesitancy there a little bit, but he needs to do that more often. He needs to make the attempt. At least give Isak something to run into so he can isolate the defender. That's gone off. Right? Oh, is it still on? That's insane. Wow. Okay. West Ham with the ball through Bowen. What? Free kick to West Ham. Thought that's going to be a throw. And free kick to West Ham. Kilman with the ball in the centre circle. Looks to pass it back to Todibo. Todibo on the ball. Onto Souček. Souček onto Wan-Bissaka. Done well there to get past Tino. Tino does good recovery pace from him. Burn. Kudos is on the ball there. He's going to shoot. Good save from Pope. Straight at him, thankfully. And that's the danger there with West Ham. You've got players like that. So we've got to keep the lid on them. Aaron Kane, meaning that we've got to keep tight to the defenders. We've got to keep winning our first and second balls, and winning those personal duels, making sure West Ham don't get a sniff into our half. Just like right now, Bowen's collects the ball in the middle, back to Kudos. Kudos now is able to run at our midfield. Tonali has to win that. He has to track him down. Does very, very well. Kieran Trippier. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Murphy picks it up, hits it long onto Isak, good running from Isak there. Isolates the defender finally. One-on-one with Kilman. Kilman doesn't want it. Isak onto Barnes. Barnes picks it up. Great challenge from Wan-Bissaka there. Fabulous challenge from Wan-Bissaka there. Oh, and if Barnes a little bit more sharper there, he could have maybe nicked it off him, but that was fantastic tracking back from Wan-Bissaka there. But we need more of that. We need more of getting the ball on as early as possible and getting Isak in these 1v1s with the West Ham centre-backs. They do not want to be 1v1 with Isak. No way on this earth do they want to be 1v1 with Isak. Fabulous tracking back from. Look at that. What a challenge. Oh, so unlucky there. So unlucky. Alvaro with the ball. Hits it long this time. Into that centre half circle. Burns wins it on his chest rather than headering it out. Kicks it onto Isak. Good collect from Isak. Manages to get the ball to Bruno somehow. Bruno onto Tonali in the box. Could have done a little bit more there. Could have shot. Come on. Again. We're going to get opportunities in this game, but we have to be, just get a shot off, Right, Alvaro with the ball. Does a long throw out onto Kudos, who collects in that centre circle. But I prefer him there, like I said, rather than on the flanks. We collect it back pretty well. Doing better. We're winning those personal duels. And that's what's giving us the momentum in this game. Newcastle are winning those personal duels, especially in those midfield areas, in the centre of the park, especially. Newcastle doing better there. Burn looks up onto Tino Livramento. He has to use his left boot, but doesn't this time. Barnes collects it, turns around, looks up again. Onto it's one back there. Tonali wins the ball, does fantastically well there. Brilliant. Unlucky. Wan-Bissaka picks up the ball, looking to drive out with it, but the ball goes straight to Shaw. Shaw onto Bruno. Bruno onto Kieran Trippier. He's become like a fourth midfielder in that area, tucking in really well next to Bruno, which allows Bruno to push up a little bit. Bruno on the ball. It's not Bruno. Is that Bruno? Yeah, that is Bruno on the ball there. Looks up onto Tino. Tino onto Barnes. Can he shift it or can he get it into the box? Him and Tino weren't on the right wavelength there. Barnes looking at him. Tino doesn't even look at him. There's a bit. We're missing Hall. We are missing Hall, and Tino is fabulous. He's an incredible player. He just is an incredible player in the right back area, not in the left back area. So he's suffering a little bit there. And I wonder if you spoke, Aaron, about having that balance. How bad is Target? Can Target be put on at some point to give that balance to us? Tonali's on the floor there. I think he was holding his knee, so I hope it's nothing more than an impact injury for Tonali. But I think he had a clash of knees there with Ward-Prowse. Hopefully, it's nothing more than just a bruise, an impact injury, guys. How's the game going for you folks? Got a little bit of a break there, a little bit of a lull. West Ham did start the better for the first 10, 15 minutes-ish. Newcastle slowly won back the control for the last, I'll say, 20 minutes or so. The momentum has been more and more with Newcastle, certainly the possession, and had the better of the chances. So it's becoming a better away performance. Newcastle have to capitalize on this. They have to score. They have to take advantage of this. Tonali comes off temporarily, I hope. Hopefully we'll see him coming back straight back on. Eddie Howe there. Okay, so West Ham pick up the ball through Kilman. Kilman onto Todibo. Todibo looks up. Can you see a pass on? Will he take it? Tries to get it onto the other side to Orles. We win it back. This time, great turn from Bruno. Bruno again. Finally, that's the Bruno that we love. On a spin there. Bruno onto Harvey Barnes. Livramento does the overlap. Does Barnes look for him? Yes, he does this time. This time they connect. Tino back to Barnes. Barnes back to Bruno. Bruno looks up. Joe Linton playing a little bit more centrally there. Joe Linton, but it's given that those numbers in midfield onto Burn onto Barnes, who picks up the ball. Barnes looks up. Where is the pass on for him? Back to Tonali. He's back on the pitch. Good to see him. Barnes. I'd like to see Barnes drive on the flank there, but he doesn't fancy himself against Bissaka, and that's the problem. And that's what, like I said, there is there's a game tilt. We rely a lot onto Kieran Trippier. He's got the ball now. He looks and tries to get the ball. This time it's with Joe Linton. Absolutely hoofs it. He absolutely hoofs it, but fair play. At least somebody's shooting. Consistent Mag of C, God bless you, sir. I hope you're well. Good to see you. Hi, Philip. Hi to you too. I hope you are well. What do you make of the game so far? What do you think of the game so far? Do you think the front three will be Isak, Wilson, and Murphy? Do you mean the League Cup final? For Sunday, yeah, for Sunday. I'll be surprised if he starts with Wilson like that. I don't mind the idea, but Wilson he's not going to do anything to Van Dijk and in the midfield against Van Dijk and the guys there. We need guys that can run onto the ball or run with the ball and put some pressure on Liverpool. Wilson's increasingly more that guy in the box, and Newcastle, especially in that game against Liverpool, are going to be they're going to need runners. I can certainly see Wilson coming on the last 10, 15 minutes if we need him. Hopefully we'll be 4-1 up by then. But yeah, do you see it, Consistent Mag? And let me know what you think. Or Osula instead of Wilson, yeah. So I'll see more of Osula, but I don't think he'll start. Pope collects it. Great collect from Pope there. It was hit long. Onto Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier looks up. Bruno asks for it, gets it. Back to, don't let it be a corner now. Back to Shaw. Does well there. He hits it back up. Unlucky. Goes in for a throw-on. Throw-on up the halfway line. Yeah, so I see more of an Osolo playing rather than a Wilson. All right, so again, winning those personal duels, doing better. Very good. Onto Joe Linton. Joe Linton carries the ball through the centre circle. We've finally got a little bit of space. Come on your side, onto Tino. Tino hits it. Come on, hit it first time. He hasn't. It's in the box. Pat passes it back. He needs to use his left boot. Goodness, Tino. Please use your... Now, West Ham got 10 players in the box. When they had about 3 last time, 3 or 4. You have to. Come on, please. You have to hit it first time. Bruno picks it up in the centre circle onto Harvey Barnes. Harvey Barnes picks it up, gives it to Tonali. Tino back to Tonali. And Bruno picks up. That's got to be a free kick. No, okay. Wan-Bissaka picks up the ball in the penalty area. Tino's on him. Hits it long. Bowen hits it off for a throw-on. And by this time, the West Ham players have clocked that you, being Tino, don't want to use your left boot. So they're going to be always ready for the cutback. They're always going to be ready for your cutback. You have to. I don't know how bad or how good you can't. Your left foot can't be that good because you're really not you're really unwilling to use it. Like you really don't want to use it. So clearly, it's not. But you have you're gonna have to back yourself, get some confidence, and use it there. Souček is down for the minute, so there's a bit of a lull in play. Otherwise, again, a little bit too predictable. Then Isak picks it up. Tino gets the ball. Back to Isak. Isak keeps it, does very well. Again down that left flank. Gets it back to Joe Linton. Joe Linton onto Tonali. Tonali back to Isak. Good closing down from Todibo. It's a throw on. You're right, Aaron. I think it was Aaron. I can't remember. We need to see more of Isak in this game. We need to see a little bit more of him in this game. And he is trying. He is trying, but we need to either get it off to him earlier or I'm not quite sure. Tino back to Burn. Burn back to Shaw. Shaw. Oh, good. Unlucky there. Tries to get it into the middle for Bruno. It is cut out. Pope comes out. Oh, gosh. He's so not good on the... How did a West Ham player fall for that? I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Tino picks up the ball down the left side. Carries it. No West Ham player meeting him so far. There's no West Ham player meeting him. Joe Linton gets it. Onto Livramento. This is the point. Come on. With your left boot. Ah, he cuts back again. Oh, gosh. What little hair I've got left is leaving my body. Murphy. Oh, blocked. Unlucky. Unlucky. Kudos tries to break, but Tonali does what he's supposed to do. Closes him down and gets the ball out. Aaron, this is painful. Which part, Aaron? Let me know which part. West Ham on the ball there. Is it Ole? Is this on the ball? Goes up for a throw on. I was going to be shouting at Tino saying, just hit it. Hit it with your left boot, mate. Honestly. Just hit it with your left boot. It's like, come on. Come on. So West Ham throw on, but Newcastle doing really, really well closing down, marking their players. Let me see if they win the first, second challenge here, keeping up with that intensity. Well, we just won the first. Very good. Very well done, boys. Keep up that intensity. Pope with the long ball. West Ham win it, but Isak's there to try it. Oh, unlucky there, doesn't collect it. West Ham with the ball. Ole's onto, I think it's Such. It's not Such yet. I think is that Kilman? Back to Alvaro. Alvaro hits it long. Burn. Oof. Oh, Kudos runs onto it. Can Kieran Trippier get it? Kudos on the ball. Kieran Trippier. Can he get it? Kudos back to Bowen. Bowen shoots. Oh, blocked. Very well done by Kieran Trippier there. Much better. I was thinking of Man City there for a minute. He's done very well to stick with his man there. On to Isak, who gets... come on, Isak. And he's complaining to Joe Linton, but that's Isak. What does he want? You know, they're a bit frustrated with each other here. Joe Linton and Isak and the guys there. Kieran Trippier does very, very well in that 1v1 there. Forces Kudos to go back. I wonder... what would you guys change up? What do you guys think how we'll do in that, especially in the second half? Because we've got the control, but we're lacking that penetration. It's evident on the left side. I don't know if you can. You can't. I don't know if you can change that. Ball in early. Burn clears. Newcastle come out to try and press. We can really, West Ham aren't that, with all due respect. Kieran Trippier gets the ball, Bruno picks it up, looks up, is anybody there for him? Tries to get it into the space, Murphy can't get onto it. We're flaking out a little bit here, especially in the offensive side of things. We're flaking out a little bit here. I think Hal's going to have to change it up. Either say something or change it up. But decent closing down there from Isak. Joe Linton, does he win it? He does. West Ham get it back. Unlucky. Better. Okay, throw on. Better. Tino not using his left foot and putting the ball into the box. Yeah, that's the part, isn't it? It's killing it. Consistent Mag FC, the things Joey Barton said on X were discussing such a something. Oh, Belen, sorry. Aaron Cave has to be target for trips as the game goes on. At least he can put the ball in the first time. And I'd hate to take off Kieran Trippier because I think he's one of our better performers. But if the ball isn't ever going to come in from that left side, what are you left with? You know, what are you left with? I can't see how taking him off though. I know what you mean, Aaron. We're so missing Hall is unbelievable. If we had Hall right now, I think I'm not going to say we're going to be 3-4 up or anything like that, but I think we'll be creating a lot. The ball will be going into the box a lot more, and our opportunity to score will be a lot higher. Oh, what's happened here? A little bit of was it a bit of handbags there? People squaring up to each other. A bit of Alvarez is Mexican, obviously, and Joe Linton is from Brazil. And guys, I don't know if there's a bit of South American rivalry going on here for the folks. Bruno did fall onto the floor. I don't know if what it was over. Was it a push? Was it a clash of heads? Referees taking them both to have a conversation with them. Let's see. What's he going to say to them? All right, he's left it. He's having a conversation with them, but he's left it. Calm down, lads. We don't need another suspension. They're talking. Yeah. Bruno's talking some crud. Bruno, the way I don't know if you guys can see that Bruno was talking some crazy stuff. I don't know what he said, but he was. I'm sure someone's mother, grandmother, wife, and children will be mentioned in that little tirade. Right. Bruno tries to take it early. He's blocked off. He's had an okay game, Bruno. He's blown it for half time. All right, folks. Well, it's half time. What do you guys think of that? I mean, I'm gonna get something to eat in a moment, but I'm gonna be back in about 5 minutes or so. But let me know what you guys think of the game overall. The good part is that Newcastle got the momentum back after West Ham started rightly for about 10 minutes or so, and we really limited West Ham's creativity. I think we took possessional dominance, and so obviously more of the ball, and territorial dominance. So we're a lot more high up the pitch, dictating the play, commanding the play. West Ham, who initially started pressing up high, stopped doing that because we were winning our first and second duels a lot more and getting the ball up. But the offensive side is the side that's really causing us problems. Tino will not. He refuses to pass the ball with his left foot, especially first time, and he keeps on cutting back and he breaks all sorts of momentum. The other parts of his game were pretty decent, winning his duels, winning his tackles, recovery pace, and take-ons. But it's that last bit that's really frustrating, and Howe has to do something about that. It's been a little bit more productive on the right side by Kieran Trippier, who obviously can use his right boot and has got the ball into the box a couple of times, but not enough. Not enough. Newcastle have to get more bodies into the box. They have to switch up. They have to get the ball a little bit earlier. They have to take more shots. They have to, if it takes us taking shots outside the box, take the shots outside the box. So more crosses, more shots outside the box, more for first-time hits, especially in and around the box. Newcastle have to do, in my opinion. I'm going to go for about 5 minutes to get some drink, to get some water. I'll read got a comment here from Aaron. We are recycling the ball too much for my liking. Need to show some penetration in the wide areas. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. West Ham are getting bodies back in their half a lot, quite well, but we've got to. We've got a chance. We've got to get more bodies into the box. We've got to cause mayhem. Nothing will happen if nothing. Nothing will happen if nothing happens. Meaning, if we don't get more bodies in the box, we don't get crosses into the box, then we're not going to score. We're not doing either of those things at the moment. So that has to change. Consistent Mag FC, Miley on for J7. This isn't a game for him, in my opinion. Interesting, cool. I do think J7 is having a decent game, though. He's winning his duels. I'm more on the offensive side of things at the moment. We need to change. I think the offensive side needs to change a lot. CBTC, the game, this game is too compact. Yeah, West Ham are doing really well. You're right. West Ham are doing really well getting bodies back into the box, and they're just defending and hoofing it up long. But we're winning those second and first and second balls now. But it's just about getting the ball into the box. And when players do get the opportunity to shoot a lot more as well. So let's see what Howard does. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to be back in about 5 minutes. Got one more comment here. This game is crying out for a left footer on our left-hand side. Yeah. Target ups. Arise, Matt Target. Arise, Matt Target. See you in 5 minutes, folks. See you in 5 minutes. All right, folks. Had some refreshments and we are now back online. What are we hoping for in this second half? Does Powell take the risk? Does he take the risk and put a Matt target on for either Trippier or Tino and gets a left footer on? Or is he a little bit more patient? Does he make any changes in terms of personnel at all? Or does he just keep things as they are, but maybe switches things around on the field a little bit more? Because there's clear imbalance there without having a left a player that's willing to use their left boot. Make sure. Let me know what you guys think. I think Consistent Maggie wanted to see Miley come on for J7, maybe because of his composure on the ball and being able to create that something that might happen as well. Isak, certainly. We need to find a way to get Isak on involved a lot more. A lot more. Maybe bring on Wilson. Bring on Wilson. Take off Barnes, unfortunately, been playing quite well. And put Isak on the left-hand side. Aaron, if Hall and I think Gordon were playing, we would be winning the game. Yeah, absolutely. I think so. We'll be creating a lot more chances, that's for sure. At the very least, we'll be creating a lot more chances, in my opinion. A lot more chances. But Tino can save us the hassle of having to put another player on and just use his left boot. I don't think there's anybody down our left side that uses that as a left foot apart from Burn. Not Tino, not Barnes. Joe Linton a little bit more, but he's right-footed, isn't he? Nobody. And there's the imbalance. There's the imbalance. There is the imbalance. Because West Ham, in my opinion, are there for the taking. They are there for the taking. They're not winning their first, especially not their second balls. They're kind of their default setting seems to be like defend the box with as many bodies as possible and then hoof it long. They've gone into that default mode. And we've got to find a way to break them down. This is it. This is the moment. I'm just hoping we can get a result from this. This next 45 minutes is gonna be so pivotal for our season, I think. If we win this game ugly, or really turning it up and giving a incredible performance, however we win the game, we have to win the game. I think the result will give us a lot more confidence, a lot more belief. Go into that League Cup as well, and allows us to also attack the last 11, 10 games of the season, I think, as well. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We're going to start soon, I'm hoping. Oh gosh, I kept the timer on. All right, so the players are back on the pitch. Let's see. Have there been any changes? Or has the team stayed the same? We go out onto the pitch before West Ham, which tells me that Eddie Howe was wasting no time with these guys and saying, I'm sure it was a short shrift conversation, and they've gone out and they've gone back out. So let's see. Hopefully it's had an effect. Hopefully it has had the effect that they need, that we need right now. I don't know. I can't see. I don't think there's been any changes just yet. I can't see anything come on. Oh, and we've kicked off. Hey, come on. Where's my timer? Why is it not starting? Oh, I started a little bit late. I'm about 10 seconds behind. That's okay. We'll change it when there's a pause. So we've kicked off. This time, West Ham kicking from right to left, Newcastle left to right. It's a throw-on to West Ham in our box. Make sure we start the game right. The first 5 minutes is pivotal. Go back to winning those duels again. Newcastle. West Ham are pushing up again. It says that Newcastle have scored the most of their goals, most goals in the Premier League from 45 to 60 minutes. So let's see that happen. It's good stats for me. Tino gets it up quickly to Harvey Barnes this time. Does use his left boot. Back to Burn. West Ham have got into that mid block. Pressing up again with Kudos. This time it's Kieran Trippier onto Murphy. Murphy cuts across onto Livramento. Very good. Livramento up to Barnes. Barnes, can he cut in? Can he cut in? Can he cut in? Gets across the... Oh, great challenge from great block from Wan-Bissaka. Tonali collects the ball. Right to Kieran Trippier. Or Trippier tries to slide it down the right side of the box. Doesn't get it. Kudos breaks. Goes back to Alvarez. Alvarez with the ball. It's about to get closed down by Joe Linton. Good work from Joe Linton. Much better work. And that's why you keep a Joe Linton on your pitch. It's for stuff like that. That kind of tracking back and just winning the ball back. That's why you keep him on the pitch. Shaw this time. West Ham in no urgency to press. They're allowing the back four of Newcastle to keep the ball. They're no urgency. Oh, they've triggered it now. Onto Burn onto Shaw. Shaw looks up. That was atrocious. Thankfully, it dropped to Burn. Murphy loses the ball there. Kudos 1-2 with the number 57, I think Soleil's, into the box. Tino heads it out. Barnes doesn't manage to collect it. Back to West Ham. West Ham into the box. Burn headers it out. Good header. Again, West Ham collected. They're keeping up that pressure in outside of our box. We have to make sure we clear it. Tonali, I thought he's going to win that. Loses it. The ball is a bit loose at the moment. We've managed to win it back. There was loose appeals for a penalty there, but not too much there. I don't know if there's going to be a VAR check. I hope not. I hope it's not that serious. Anyway, the ball's back to Todibo. Todibo back to Alvaro. Isak pushing up. Alvaro onto... he wins it back. Bruno picks it up. Gets it early off to Isak. Isak, wonderful collection there. Can he shoot? Oh! Tries to slide it through to Barnes. Doesn't work out, but better. From Newcastle. Sino collects the ball on that left-hand side onto... Is that Joe Linton? Joe Linton's there. Tonali joins him. Joe Linton looks up. Into the box. Oh, not bad. More of those, please. Wasn't great, but it was good to see a ball go into the box for a change. Nah, Shaw won that. They were looking for a penalty decision, but Shaw won that. Yeah. Shaw won that. Well done, Shaw. All right, Alvaro hits it long. Newcastle again win the header. Fantastic. Ball goes off for a throw-on. I think it's to West Ham after Murphy closed down Cresswell. Cresswell back to Kilman. Kilman back to Alvaro. Isak closes him down. Alvaro hits it long. Souček wins the header between him and Tino. Bowen picks it up. Bowen against Burn. Bowen into the box. They've got to close him down there. Great block from Burn. West Ham pick it up again. And it goes off for a goal kick. We have to do much better. We have to do much better there. In terms of winning those duels, Tino, because that's what can happen. We've been doing generally quite well winning headers, winning the second balls. That has to continue, because when it doesn't, we start Scarles. That's his name. I've been calling him Orlays, 57 or Orlays. It's Scarles. I think he must be a West Ham Academy player. Apologies, Mr. Scarles. I've been getting your name wrong all game. My apologies. Burn loses the ball there to Kudos. Bad decision there. Kudos drives into the box. Kudos shoots. Oh no, passes across the box. Nobody there, thankfully. Souček back to Wan-Bissaka. Bissaka to, I think it's Bowen, or to Ward-Prowse, but to Bowen. Bowen back to Bidibo. Back to Prowse. Prowse to Wan-Bissaka. Not too many. There's only one West Ham player like even near the box, and that's Kudos as well. Todibo with the ball. Todibo to Kilman. Kilman back to Todibo. Back to Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse back to Bissaka. Bissaka down that right. They're keeping hold of the ball there. Well played by West Ham down our flank there. Is he going to get the ball off? Well tracked back by Tino Livramento. Is it a corner? Is it a goal kick? Bone was playing with fire there. Is it a corner or a goal kick? I hope it's a goal kick. Kudos did everything right there, putting that ball into the box. There was just no one there, thankfully, to collect it. Looks like it's going to be a corner. Corner with Cresswell standing over it. He's given the sign. What they're planning to do, we have to clear it. We have to make sure we clear our lines. Someone's ringing my buzzer. Into the box. Newcastle clear it. Back into the box. Newcastle managed to get it. Oh no, it's still West Ham with the ball there. It's Scars again. Is he going to get the ball into the box? Trippier keeping him honest there. Back to Ward-Prowse. Back to Scars. Hopefully Alvarez on the ball there. Oh, turn. They're trying to find that room. It's Kudos now. Oh, great tracking back there from Kieran Trippier. Great challenge, but it's a corner to West Ham. And again, West Ham in the first 8-9 minutes or so have made a good start. Newcastle have to make sure they clear this ball. Bruno's there. I think you've seen him geeing up the players, keeping everybody alive, keeping everybody going, active, making sure, looking for the runs, making sure nobody's unmarked. All right, ball into the box. Keeper, I can't get it to the keeper there. It's Kudos into the box. Newcastle have to clear it. Excellent. Excellent clearance. And it's now a throw-on. Joe Linton seems to be down. Hopefully it's not serious. Hopefully it's just an impact injury. At least he got back up. Yeah, come on. Hopefully he can walk it off. Hopefully he can walk it off. So I'm hoping this is the part of the period of the game where Newcastle begin to take the momentum back. We'll see. It's very important that we do. Can Newcastle create that chance, create that moment, and get the goal? Wan-Bissaka with a throw-on. We win it back. Tonali on the ball to Joe Linton, I think it is there. Challenged unfairly there, judged by the referee. And Souček is wondering how did that happen. But it's a free kick to Newcastle. It's a free kick to Newcastle. Let's see. Can Newcastle take back the momentum, take the game back to West Ham? Shaw, not Shaw. That was Tino back to Shaw. Pope, that was very close. Kicks it out for a throw-on. It's a competition between Pope and Alvaro at the moment as to who can kick it out who can kick it out to the throw-on the most. I'm not sure who's winning it at the moment. Kilman with the ball onto Prowse. Prowse onto Todibo. Barnes comes out to meet him. Todibo onto Bissaka. Bissaka onto Alvarez. A bit too long there. Bruno wins it back. Shaw with the ball there. Shaw's getting a lot of time on the ball, but he's not doing those raking passes that he's used for. So I wonder why that is. Bruno tries to get the ball off to Isak early, but that's blocked off. I don't mind that. At least we're trying. We have to we have to do that a lot more. Prowse to Bissaka on that right side. Tino goes out to meet him. Bissaka tries to do 1-2. Tino does well to get the to track back. Alvarez on the ball. Back to Prowse. Prowse back to Kilman. Kilman to Cresswell. Cresswell hits it long to Kudos. It's cut out by Shaw. Bruno just couldn't connect it there. Back to West Ham again. The momentum's keeping with West Ham. Alvarez on the ball. Newcastle got numbers back, doing well to defend. And it's got Scars on the left flank onto Kudos. Does well to keep a hold of it. Is he going to get a cross off? Is he going to get some support? Back to Cresswell back to, I think it's Todibo. Back to Scars to Kudos. Well blocked off there by Kieran Trippier, but West Ham keep the ball. Back to Alvarez. Alvarez can't find the pass. Can Newcastle break here? It's on here. It's about 2-on-2, 2-on-3. Barnes isn't able to get it back past Todibo, and it's now West Ham's turn to break. Oh my word! It's West Ham's turn to break, and Todibo does absolutely awful there. Passes it back to us. I don't mind. He can keep on doing that. Bruno collects the ball in the centre of the park. Isak collects it. Passes it back to Bruno. Bruno on to Joe Linton. Joe Linton to Barnes. Is that Barnes? It is, yeah. And the game slowed down there. West Ham got their players back into the box. Bruno with the ball. Bruno looks up. Sees Kieran Trippier. There's no one really making runs beyond Kieran Trippier. What's he supposed to do? West Ham got about 8 players back in the box. So Newcastle don't want to cross it. We go to the other side. Barnes, I think it's Barnes that collects it. Now it's Tonali. Tonali to Bruno. Tries to do a 1-2 of Isak. Isak manages to get the ball onto Murphy. Murphy onto Trippier, but that's cut out. Monday Night Football is not living to the billion at the moment. To the neutral, I can only imagine. It's tense for me as a Newcastle fan, but to the neutral. Murphy, tries to hit it early, doesn't work out. Bobby Fairview, wouldn't it be better for Livramento and Trippier to swap wings? Feel like Trippier is more accustomed to be on the left. If you mean like, if you mean like if accustomed, you mean like in terms of he's a bit more flexible, can play on the left, probably. I think Howe trusts Kieran Trippier more to push up and know when to push up and when to keep his position. I think that's always going to be the creative side. He's got a better ball than Livramento. Livramento is a better carrier of the ball, and I think he's also been conscious of Kudos' attack as well. So we'll see. He does play on the left for. He does play on the left for England as well. He does play on the left for England, and he can do it. And we might need something like that. I think Howe just fancies the matchup between Livramento and Kudos better than Kieran Trippier and Kudos. But even though Kudos is going to either side, really, to be honest, it might be something they might consider as well. Shaw on the ball this time, looks up. Is there anybody there? On to Bruno in the midfield. Bruno looks up. Gets the ball up to Murphy. Great. Murphy across the box. Oh, you had to miss that. Oh, you had to score that. You missed it. Consistent mag. I think you were saying that when he had to score. Just to be aware, guys, if you guys can just look at the timer, that's where we're seeing the games are a little bit behind. So if you can, please, no spoilers. That was the opportunity, but better. This is what happens when Newcastle get the ball in behind. All sorts of mayhem occurs. Unlucky. We need to create more opportunities like that. Much more opportunities like that. Hopefully that gets the momentum going. Yeah, Newcastle done went. Unlucky, lost the ball after winning it back. That's it. Pope comes out to get it. Back to Livramento. Newcastle try to get the ball back up the field as quickly as possible. Back to Bruno. Back to Bruno. We lost the momentum that we had. Tonali onto Livramento. Tonali onto Barnes. Barnes back to Tino. Bruno's looking up. Is there anybody making runs? Well, Isak was making a run, but Bruno didn't want to take a risk. We have to take the risk. If we're going to get anything out of this game, we have to take Jacob Murphy into the box, back to Tonali. Tonali back to Harvey Barnes. Great sweeping pass. Barnes getting this up, tries to shoot, gets blocked into the box. Free kick. Newcastle! It's Newcastle! Is it offside? Is it 1-0 Newcastle United? It's Bruno. He doesn't care. He's celebrating. Please, I hope it's not offside. I hope it is not offside. No spoilers in the sense of I think somebody was watching the game. They're watching the game maybe 10, 15 seconds ahead than this show, and they said something about Isak missing. So I was just saying, I think maybe there'll be people that are ahead. So therefore, please, if you are ahead, please don't mention in the chat like if something's happened. Yeah, you're thinking, why am I not celebrating? You must be thinking, why am I not celebrating? Yeah, you're way ahead of me, mate. He looks on side there. Brilliant. Come on. Get in, Bruno. Get in, Bruno. Let me just adjust my clock a little bit because I'm about 5. Let me make sure I got this. $64. Let me do 64 and 10. We'll get it started. 9. All right. So I'm on 64 minutes and 12 seconds, 13 seconds. Just for the folks that know. Bruno did, and look, our number 8s are in the box. It's a box in the ball into the box. Our number 8's in the box, and who scores? Our number 8. It's gonna take someone to overload the lines a little bit. But brilliant. You're right, Aaron. He did absolutely brilliant there. Come on, boys, bring it home. We're gonna bring it home. Come on. Now West Ham have to come out. And they've made changes there. Todibo off. Souček off. They made 3 changes. Mavropanos on. Paqueta on. I thought they made 3. Soler on. Soler, Paqueta, Mavropanos. So who's the third person that came off? Okay, Souček, Alvarez, Todibo off. Mavropanos, Soler, and Paqueta on. All right. So they rolled their dice. How is Paqueta still playing football? He should be suspended after the egregious defences. Yeah, I think he was being charged, but nothing's been proven just yet. Aaron, let me know why that's interesting to Todibo and for Mavropanos. Tell me why that's interesting. Because I haven't watched Mavropanos play that much, so it's hard to comment. I didn't think Todibo was necessarily having a bad game. Let me know what you think. So free kick to Newcastle, to West Ham in Newcastle, just about in Newcastle's half. And we've got obviously a new danger man to worry about in Paqueta. Newcastle defending high, keeping a very high line. So we'll see where we'll go from there. Ball it's headed on into the box. Oh, it's gone off there. Burn just clears it. Onto Scars. Scars onto Prowse. Prowse back to Scars. Back to, I think that was Cresswell. Cresswell back to Alvaro. Alvaro hits it long. Paqueta wins the header. We need to make sure we win our headers, win our duels. That's what's going to give us the momentum. Exactly, this is what happens. Tonali does well to track back on Soler. Now it's Bowen on that right side. Great defending, or decent defending from Burn there. Everything's going to be great. If I keep on saying great now, it's because I need us to win. So you guys might think, look, that was a bit average. Like, that wasn't great defending. I think I I'm just in the moment. So anything that keeps us winning is great defending. West Ham are looking to put a Mr. Ferguson, Evan Ferguson, who's been off for a little bit while off the boiler, but is a promising talent. Newcastle, West Ham are throwing it all in. I think Todibo has done well shielding Isak and that backline. He has been decent. So yeah, you're right. He has been decent. That was some good striker's instinct there from Bruno. And great ball in from Barnes, by the way. I think Isak pushed someone. Come on. Come on, boys. Bring it home. We need this. We absolutely need this. Come on. Ward to Kilman. Kilman back to Alvaro. Alvaro hits it high and long. Joe. That's got to be a push, ref. Free kick. How are we playing? That's a great question, Oliver. We're winning. That's what matters. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. It's nothing electric for sure, but we're doing okay. We're winning our duels. We're beginning to take more of the possession, I think, especially in the last 5-10 minutes or so, maybe even longer than that. We've forced West Ham into now 5 changes. I think it's 5 changes, or is it 4? I think it's 4 changes now, which is a sign that, you know, even Potter can see the game isn't going his way and he's trying to change things up. Kieran Trippier hits it into the box. West Ham heads with it. Bruno back to Trippier. Trippier back to Pope. Pope hits it long back into the West Ham half. Won well by, I think it's Kilman. Oh, Newcastle win it back. Again, winning those duels. Back to West Ham. Ward-Prowse on the ball. Looking around, looking for options. Is there anybody there? Tonali. West Ham on the ball again. Wan-Bissaka back to Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse onto, who is that? Is that Kilman? It's Paqueta, excuse me. No, it's Kilman. Or is it Paqueta? Okay, now it's Paqueta. Oh, they're looking for a penalty there, West Ham. Ball over the top onto the box. They're saying Bowen was pushed. I'm sure there'll be a VAR check on that one. Not Shaw. Tino picks up the ball onto Isak. Come on, Isak. I know you haven't been getting the service, but we need you to hold the ball up there. We need you to hold the ball up there. I know this game has been frustrating. I know. But we need you to hold the ball up there. I don't think it's a penalty, but what is in Bruno's favour is Bowen is already on the way down. When he does a little shove, Bruno, but Bowen's already on the way back down. You know what? It's a good call. I do think we need Wilson to come on. And he might probably in the last 10 minutes or so, maybe even Osola. West Ham on the ball in Newcastle's half. Prowse with the ball there, looking up onto Scars. Scars back to Prowse. Prowse back to Paqueta. Paqueta all the way back to Kilman. Newcastle doing well, keeping their shape. Forcing Newcastle. Keep calling West Ham Newcastle to go long. That's off. Come on, ref. That's off. Wilson and Osola for Murphy. Wilson and Osola for Murphy. What, 2 players for Murphy? What do you mean, Wilson? Oh, Wilson and Osola for Murphy. You have to let me know what that means, Aaron. It looks like, from what you're saying, you want 2 players to come on for 1. That means we'll have to. I'm sure you don't mean it that way. Maybe you mean Wilson and Osola for Murphy and Barnes? Let me know. But Wilson probably suits this game, to be honest with you. Dubravka getting warmed up there. It looks like Pope might be. I hope this is just us doing some skullduggery, to be honest with you guys. I really hope so. This is just Wilson for Barnes. Okay, Wilson for Barnes. Yeah, Wilson for Barnes, Osola for Murphy. Yeah. Or maybe even Would you consider putting Willock on for Barnes and what's his name? Wilson on for, I think Murphy does usually get substituted this time. So would you put Osolo on for Murphy, for instance, Wilson on for Barnes? It's a lot more. It's a lot of a lot of athleticism there, because I'm sure West Ham. I was going to call them Newcastle again. I'm sure West Ham are going to try and throw the kitchen sink at us. And if we've got those type of outlets, Osola, Isak, and Wilson, I think we can really, really hurt them. No, excuse me, Willock, Osola, and Isak. Willock's running power could be useful on the counter. Good call, Philip. Yeah, yeah. So we've got options. The main thing is that West Ham have made their move. I think they've already got one sub left. And it's a goal kick. Newcastle are in no rush to take it. No rush to take it whatsoever. Come on, boys. Let's pull it home. Let's get it home now. So I've got 73 minutes and 34 seconds. Pope with the goal kick. Let's see what Mr. Howe does in the last third of the game. Pope hits it long. Isak does well to win it, but Kudos picks up the ball. Back to Scars. Scars to Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse looks up. Bruno does well to close him down. On to Kilman. Kilman brings it out. On to Wan-Bissaka. Bissaka to Bowen, tries to do a 1-2, but good tracking back again from Tino. Tino and Tonali, despite the frustrations I've had of Tino offensively, defensively, he's been okay. Okay, Bowen on the ball there, tries to take a long shot. It's cleared off the ball. Goal down. More of that Isak, collects the ball. Go on. Down the flank he goes there. Lucky. Unlucky. But more of that. We need that type of hold-up play. I know this isn't the type of game you want to be doing what you did against Arsenal, but this is a Monday night at West Ham. It's the Premier League. This is what the Premier League is all about. So Scars picks up the ball. Newcastle's half onto Ward-Prowse. He hits a lovely diagonal onto Bowen, who brings it down really well. Bowen hits it into the box. Oh, couldn't be picked up there by Scars, fortunately. But you can see what West Ham's idea is going to be now is you don't, when you get it onto the flanks, you don't have to try and beat your man, just hit it early into the box. They're going to be looking up for a lot of those in-swingers. Getting desperate, hopefully. So there's going to be a lot more of that happening. So Newcastle have to be ready for that and prevent those crosses from coming in the first place. And if they do come in, to make sure the first head that gets onto that ball is a Newcastle one. Pope hits it early, well won by Kilman, but the second ball goes out for a throw-on. Wilson is being prepared to line up. So we've got Aaron, we've got one of our subs, right? Oh, are they looking at Isak? Or are they looking at Isak? Joe Linton picks up the ball in the middle of the field. Murphy gets this. Unlucky. Tries to get it off to Barnes, but really good tracking back from Bissaka. Tino picks it up, gets it onto Barnes, makes an overlapping run. Barnes ignores it. Cuts to Murphy. There's nobody on for him there. Kieran Trippier is just behind him. Gets it onto Bruno, who picks it up as well. Nobody there to support him. We could have done better there. Okay, it looks like it's Willock as well. Aaron, I think me and you should manage Newcastle. Willock too, yeah, Willock too. Make it Osola, and like I'm just gonna put the pen and paper down and say that's it. But I've won it. I've done it all. All right, throw on. Scars takes it in West Ham's half. Back to Kilman. Kilman picks it up, looks around, Is anybody on for him? Is he going to hit it long, play it out? Kilman on to Mavropanos. Mavropanos back to Kilman. Kilman on to Paqueta, who drops back. Interesting that he's dropped back, Paqueta. Mavropanos on the ball there. Onto Bowen. Bowen's having to drop deeper and deeper to collect the ball, which is good news, in my opinion. Right, I think it's Kilman goes up. Is there anybody on for him? Doesn't see a move. Paqueta drops back onto Scars. Scars back to Paqueta. Paqueta looks up. He's blocked off very, very well from Newcastle. Good job. Well done, Bruno. Wins the free kick. Wins the free kick. That's what we're talking about. Score hasn't been up. Oh, gosh. Thank you, Consistent Mag. Thank you so much. I knew it. Excuse me, guys. I knew it. I knew I'd mess up. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, that. Also, Isak and Barnes off. You know, he's thinking about the League Cup. But I don't care. We're 1-0 up. Come on, bring it home, guys. Aaron came to you know, Philip, other than on YouTube, you seem like a low follower. Oh, I think that's for you, Aaron. No, we don't know each other outside of YouTube, but I was gonna, excuse me, you asked Aaron. Sorry, I'll let Aaron answer it. But we've got I'll just say that we've got incredible folks that come on the show consistently, and it is such a blessing because my shows are late. I'm not going to be I'm not quite peak time just yet, and the folks come on and they really make it what it is. It's been an absolute pleasure. So hopefully we'll continue for a lot longer. I hope Wilson can get a goal. He's the type of man you want at these times. And this is what I'm talking about, a squad rotation. What you'd want Wilson to do, or if you got a good score, oh, good play there. Murphy gets the ball into the box. Ah, lucky. Cleared off by West Ham. Better. If Wilson does stay at Newcastle, I don't think, I'm undecided on it now, but if he does stay at Newcastle, what will show me good squad rotation if you can get him onto these last 10 minutes of games and he'll nick a goal here or there or just hold up the play. That's what you want. Give Isak a little bit of time, shave off some minutes there. That's what you want ideally. And Wilson just hasn't been available enough for that this season. Oh, they took it early. They were nearly closed down there. Excuse me. I think Newcastle have gone into a 4-5-1 out of possession. They've gone for a little bit of safety there. Ah, well done. Well picked up by Willock. Willock onto Wilson. Wilson unlucky there. Can Willock get it? Oh, great tackle there from Mavropanos. Wilson picks up, gets a throw on. Good work there. Better. Other than YouTube, but really enjoy his coverage and analysis. Thank you, sir. And Bobby Fairview, fair play to you, sir. I know you're a Chelsea fan, and I'm so glad to have fans from different shows come on the show. Kieran Trippier picks up the ball, looks up, tries to get it early into the box. It's interesting that Wilson's in the box, that people are trying to get the ball into the box a lot earlier. Kudos picks it up, but surrounded by 3 or 4 Newcastle defenders, still manages to get the ball off to Scars. Scars is closed down by Tonali, who's, I think, generally has had a decent game. Hard fought game, because that's what it is. Ball into the box, well collected there from Newcastle. Oh, well done. Wilson on the box. It's 2-on-2 here. Wilson gets it off early to Willock. Willock looks it up, sides it up. Is anybody with him? There's nobody there with him. We could have got a shot off at least. Murphy into the box. Oh, blocked off. Better. He gets it to the box, header down. Oh, unlucky. Save from the keeper. Is it offside or is it a corner? What's he looking at? Is it a corner? Because I think he might have gone off before Murphy kicked it. So it's gone for a corner. Interesting. Agreed, like his calm, analytical style. He focuses on substance, not the drama. Appreciate you for that, Bobby. Really appreciate you for that. Excuse me. Apologies, guys. I'm fixing my voice a bit. I got hay fever. I also need Newcastle to get their act together so that the rest can get sacked. We will do our best, Mr. Fairview. We will do our best. All right, Kieran Trippier into the box. Header. Shaw collects it. Swings it back in. That was a bit harsh there. Kieran Trippier gets it all the way back to Kieran Trippier. Kieran Trippier with the ball. Decent ball into the box. West Ham clear it out. Newcastle keep the pressure. Keep the ball in West Ham's half. Into the box. Burn. Come on. Someone should have been there. That was a wonderful header from Burn into that danger zone. Somebody should have been there. Kudos picks it up. It's going to be a free kick. Yeah, it has to be a free. That was mad. I feel for Scars there. That was a bit of a late challenge there. He's going to get a yellow for that. He is. He's going to get a yellow. That was mad. And I'd hate to get stamped on by Burn. You're gonna remember him. You're gonna remember him in the morning. Oof. It was tippy toes, but it was enough. Oh, gosh. All right. First yellow card of the game, I think it is, guys. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sure it's the first yellow card of the game. Wow, they're putting Danny Ings now. They've got like two strikers in Ferguson and Ings. Obviously, they've got Paqueta. Oh, ball over the top there. Well done. And that's what I'm talking about, guys. Sweeper, keeper. That diving header is why Pope was brought into the game. I'm telling you guys, there's no way on earth are you going to see Dubravka be doing stuff like that. Maybe before, but he's not going to be doing that. I know Pope is not good with his feet. I know. It is awkward and it's almost funny. If he wasn't my player, I'll be laughing. But it's that thing, that what he did just there. Coming out, Kieran Trippier was in all sorts of trouble, all sorts of danger, and with Kudos. And Pope was there to bail him out. Tino into the box. Willock picks it up. There's got to be somebody there. There's nobody there. There's nobody there. That's twice now the ball's going into the danger zone. And there's been nobody there. I really thought Wilson would be, because he's got that. I just assumed he's got that instinct to do it. All right, so number 4, Paqueta picks it up onto Bissaka. Bissaka back to Mavropanos. Mavropanos back to Kilman, who looks up. And Newcastle did look at Kilman. I think, according to the Telegraph, we bid for him last summer. Oh, danger ball there, cleared again by Shah, I think, who's had a decent game. Okay, he's had a decent game as well. West Ham with the ball there. They've got they are trying to push up and they're trying to put Newcastle into all sorts of danger. And Newcastle obviously going to be doing a bit of cat and mouse and try and hit West Ham on the break. Mavropanos back to Kilburn. They're trying to break. They're trying to. Kudos picks up on the flank. Murphy's there to meet him. He has to go across. Back to Kilman. Kilman back to Scars. Scars back to Mavropanos. No, back to Kilman, excuse me. Back to Kilman back to Scars. Scars drives in. Newcastle do well. Again, well placed. But there's nobody up there. Murphy clears it. There's nobody up there for them. Do you know what? I wouldn't mind Osola. I know Murphy's doing well. Maybe I think Murphy's going to see this game out, isn't he? I wouldn't mind Osola right now. Just a little bit of unpredictability will be good to have. I think I had a question there from would anyone bring on Kraft? Who would did someone ask me, who would you have? Oh, question for you, Bobby Fairview from Consistent Mag. Who would you have if Maresca got sacked? That'd be interesting. Aaron Kane, would anyone else bring on Kraft to see out the game? That's a great question. For what? For you mean like we're playing a 4-5-1 at the moment, or 5-4? No, well, 4-5-1 we're going into attack, but 5-4-1 out of attack. Who would he come on for? Let me know who you'd bring him on for. For Tino, would you? No, I mean for Trippier. Aaron for Shaw. For Shaw, okay. Longstaff's coming on. That's a good question. My owners are not focused on winning like yours. They'll probably find another yes man, but at least someone with some top flight pedigree. Bruno comes off there. Bruno's had a good game. I was going to say great game. I told you guys, everybody's as long as Newcastle win, everyone's played great for me. So long as Newcastle win, everybody's played great for me. Well done, boys. Come on, let's bring it home now. Let's bring it home. Longstaff on for Bruno, again signifying our defensive intent. Wilson picks up the ball there, hits against the West Ham. I don't know what Wilson was planning to do. Maybe just to get the throw on, really. That's why I hit it like that. All right, there seems to be a break in play. Cramps for Mr. Is that Scars? Looks like Scars. We're doing our best to help him. We're a good team. I'll take Eddie Howe. At least he knows how to coach a defense. It's interesting that you say that because before Eddie Howe took over Newcastle, people didn't think he knew how to coach a defense. So it's amazing to see. I'm not beginning to think that because folks know that after Bournemouth got relegated, Eddie Howe was like on a sabbatical almost for a year. And I think coaches should do that. I don't think you should go just from team to team. And it's hard to do that if your team's winning, for instance. But if a coach can, go on a sabbatical. Because I had the opportunity to refresh his game. Bissaka, Willock doing well to track him back. But who's that with him? Joe Linton there, fouls Bowen. Unnecessary. Now there's a free kick in a dangerous hard part of the pitch for Newcastle. It gives West Ham an opportunity to cross the ball into Newcastle's box, which is not what we wanted. It is not what we wanted at all. Ball into the box. Did it come off a Newcastle player or a West Ham? Must have been a Newcastle player. I think it's going to be a corner. Yeah, Joe Linton. Solar standing over it. Corner into the box. Well hit, well punched out by Pope there. Very, very good. Bissaka collects it, kicks it back to Alvaro. Alvaro hits it long into Newcastle's half. Tino picks it up, but loses it. Back to West Ham. 6 minutes injury time. 6 minutes injury time. Kudos takes on Tino, and this is what we were looking for. Kudos into the box. Oh, very well done from Kieran Trippier. Headers it out so well that it doesn't even go out for a corner. But it passes back to Paqueta. Paqueta back into the box. Burn clears it. Onto Joe Linton. Willock picks it up. Holds up very well. Onto Wilson. Wilson collects it. Gives it to Longstaff. Longstaff. His ball is cut out. Well blocked there by Shaw. Murphy collects it. And again, we break onto the three West Ham defenders. Newcastle have to do so much better in those positions. And it goes out for a goal kick. When we got the break, we have not been... When we've got the ball and we've got to make that final pass or make a decision as to what side of where to dribble, who to pass onto, or being able to hold onto the ball, we have not been good at all. We have to improve on that. Honestly, Maresca wouldn't be able to coach this game that Eddie Howe is delivering here. He's too obsessed with philosophy. That's interesting. Are you saying, Bobby, that Maresca would be a bit too offensive? He wouldn't just do what we're doing when essentially we're playing like 5-4-1 essentially. he'll still try to be offensive minded. Oh, well, won by Murphy. Unlucky there. I think Kilman pick again. Newcastle pick it up onto Wilson. Willock makes the run. This is what I'm talking about. Just at least get it to Willock. Give him something to work on. Give him something to work on. Come on, guys. Paqueta picks it up in West Ham's half. Newcastle got their players back. Ball goes on to Bowen. Bowen against Tonali this time. Tonali does well again. Wins the challenge there. Willock is there to support him. No, Joe Linton is there. Excuse me. Joe Linton's there to support him. Gets the ball back. Excellent. Onto Longstaff. Back to Wilson. Onto Tonali. And Newcastle are on for the break again. Come on. Guys. Oh my days. Goodness me. Goodness me. Even Tonali's doing it. West Ham again pick up the ball. Newcastle in the defensive end. Scarles, kudos. Blocked. Excellent. What's happened? There's a free kick to Newcastle. Come on. Bruno's there screaming. He's like, come on. We haven't got time to waste. Come on, boys. Win this game and bring us back into that champion. Bruno can't even watch the game because you guys see him. He's got his head down. He's like, he can't even. He's feeling it. He's like a fan. He's just like us, man. Honestly, if I wasn't doing, I'd have my head on the sofa as well. Come on. Okay, we're watching a little bit too much of Bruno. Can we see the game now, please? Come on. Pope. Goal kick. Can Wilson win it? No, it goes over Wilson there. I think it's Mavropanos who clears it. Well won by Shaw. Burn hits it high. Can Wilson win it again? Up against Mavropanos. Good strength from Mavropanos. Strong guy. Kilman picks it up to Paqueta. Newcastle go back into their 5-4-1 formation. And it goes up for throw one. More of that, please, West Ham. More of that. Eddie's the same. It's the same to some extent. His philosophy, his intensity, and his identity, but with the personnel at his disposal. No, exactly. That's exactly it. Come on, boys. Winning ugly. And West Ham Stadium is emptied out already. Goodness gracious. Newcastle, I hope that will never be us. Look, Paqueta tries to get it up. Is it a free kick? It is a free kick to West Ham. I thought there was a break on for Newcastle there. Paqueta tries to take it early, but it doesn't happen. Gosh, even the West Ham goalkeeper, is it Alvaro? I hope I've got his name right. I'm calling him an Alvaro game. He comes up. Let's see what happens. Newcastle must clear the lines. Pope gets up there, punches it out. There's no goalkeeper. It's come on. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm like, come on. That was it. That was the pass. You have to make that pass. There's no goal. Oh, come on. Come on, guys. And it is a great result. Great result for Newcastle United. That's the definition of an ugly win. That win was so ugly, we are not going to be looking. But at least before the League Cup game and the internationals hit, Newcastle, I think, are going to be in 6th position on 47 points, I think. Let me double check that. Gosh, that game was ugly, guys. That game was terrifying. Brilliant result for Newcastle. Apologies, guys, for the screaming. Was that final ball from Murphy? He had to make it. He absolutely had to make it. Thankfully, the whistle went. Right, so what, guys, can you see my screen? Yeah, you can see my screen. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Game before the League Cup. We can fully focus on the League Cup now. Before we go into internationals, Newcastle United, as it stands, are 6th in the league after 28 games. Okay, so there is 10 games left now. We are on 10 games. With 10 games to go, Newcastle are on 47 points, which is even with 5th place. Makes us even with 5th place Man City. And we are 2 points behind 4th place Chelsea and 4 points behind 3rd place Forest. And with 10 games to go, folks, 10 games to go, Newcastle United are in the conversation for Champions League. We are in the conversation for Champions League, and that's with suspensions to some of our best players. Anthony Gordon, come on, boys. Injuries, players out for the season like Lewis Hall and Sven Botman. Coming into this game on some rough patch of form. As you guys can see, 3 losses out of 5 Premier League games. Rough patch of form. But Newcastle, and when everybody's winning around them, Brighton won, Villa won, Bournemouth were close to winning. Forest obviously won as well. Newcastle have put themselves in the final 10 games in that conversation for the Champions League. And that is very, very good. And now, guys, we can all turn around and fully focus with all that we've got into that League Cup final. Isak is fit. Bruno is fit. That's the guys we're going to have to focus on who are fit. Obviously, Murphy's there. Guys, let me know. Would you play Barnes on this showing? Let me know. I think he'll probably start. Joe Linton's fit. We are all ready now for the League Cup. We are the huge underdogs, but we are absolutely ready for this League Cup, in my opinion. And we go into the chat, and even my camera's tired. It's like, yo, what's going on? Let me just get my settings correct. Let me get my camera back. Here we go. All right, better. We're in the conversation, and that's all we wanted. This was a rough game, but we're here. Let me read a few of your comments before I go. You guys have been absolutely tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Aaron Kane, I'd like to take a different approach in the same games. Oh, I think you guys are talking amongst yourselves about Maresca there. Bobby Fairview, good job, chaps. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. And always great to have you on. Aaron Kane, are you serious? Come on. What? Oh, I think you guys are talking to yourselves. Alfonso Ariola, I've been getting his name wrong all this time, consistent Mag. I've been saying Alvaro, Alvarez, Ariola. Thank you so much, consistent Mag. Aaron Kane, get in. We needed that 100%. Good win, no new injuries. Exactly. We are ready to go. Aaron Kane, if I was Eddie Howe tomorrow or Wednesday, I'll be showing the players a replay of that final last time and telling them what we need to do. Yeah, do you know what? I don't disagree with you. I just think if, like I said, let's just act like we belong there. Let's not be like, oh, I can't believe it's Wembley and it's been 70 years and the curse. Can Newcastle live the curse? There's no curse, right? We've had at least 14 of those 70 years, Newcastle have been under Mike Ashley, right? That's going to take some time to get over. Maybe that was the curse, right? Had we had PIF take over from Mr. Freddie, from Mr. Shepherd, we would have had, or even Mr. Abramovich at the time, if PIF took over us then, we'll be in a different place. But let's just act like we belong there. Let's act like we're going to win. And we can win, I believe, as well. So let's see what happens there. Aaron Kane, wouldn't you want to be a little more inspiring? Exactly. Gotta light a fire under the lads. That's what you mean. But Phil, would you go with a 3 at the back like you did in the semi against Arsenal? That's a great question, Bobby. We did that because we had Botman, and we did that because we're 2-0 up. We don't have Botman, and we're not 2-0 up. We did that. I wouldn't put it past Eddie doing that, though. It would mean that we'd probably play Kraft to join Fabian, Shaw, and Byrne. We might do that. We'll consider it. Natalie, good to see you. We're about to close off, but great to see. I hope you enjoyed the victory, Natalie. That was, we needed that. We needed to win ugly. Folks, I'm so happy. We can look forward to the League Cup final. We can put all of our energies, all of our attentions, like I said, for me, acting like we belong there, because we do belong there. Second cup final in 3 years shows people that we belong there, that we are a good team. We are good enough. We've got nothing to prove to anybody. The odds are stacked against us, but when have they not been stacked against us? And I think we can set things right going into this League Cup final. I think we can do it. We've got to believe. The fans have got to believe as well. We're in the Champions League race. We're in it. We're back in it. We're in that conversation again. So come on, Newcastle. Let's bring it home. And as always, folks, make sure you have a great evening. Make sure you look after each other. And as always, folks, take care and God bless.